Shelly here, and I'm getting ready to do some gel printing. I'm going to tell you kind of how I do it. I hope you'll join me. I like to gel print on this taller table that I've made. It's just a great big old piece of plywood on top of some old tables, some folding tables. Anyways, it just puts everything at a nice height for me. I've got my baby wipes out. I've got my speedball. I don't know, not a brayer, I don't think, but whatever, to smush everything down. I've got my paints. I've got a whole bunch of these cheap apple barrel paints that I need to use up from Walmart. And even in my other bottles from when I used to teach classes, I just have some of the colors that I use more often. I have mixed colors. I have them in these other bottles ready to go. I like to use a great big brayer. I don't know where I got this. I think it was Amazon years ago, but it's kind of a foamy, pliable. It's not a hard brayer like a lot of people use. I have that too, but I prefer this guy, and I prefer the big one because I've got the bigger gel plate. And then I have all my little different tools. Many I've made from hot glue. I've got a few of those that I've made. I put some rubber bands on an old paper towel roll. Different placemats that I've cut up. I don't know how much of this, if any, that I'll be using today. An old piece of wood with some rubber bands on it. I enjoy that. And then I have a whole bunch of little things here. Lots of different things. Ooh, I watched a gal use these, I think they're cupcake design toppers or something. I don't know. I bought these many years ago from the dollar store, and I like to do these too. Those are really fun. And then a whole bunch of different those non-stick mats and stuff that I like to use. I have some paper towels out here, and I have my trusty heat tool that I bought from Harbor Freight for 15 bucks. And then I've got my stencils. And I like to separate my stencils into groups. This stencil group I'm not going to be using very much today, but I want to try them out because they're newly designed, newly cut, and I want to make sure everything's okay before I offer them to people to purchase. The rest of these, I've got some flowers and things and mandalas that are kind of my focal point idea, I think. And then this pile is going to be more my backgroundy, little bit more detailed stuff for the backgrounds. Yeah. Anyway, if you're interested, you could use obviously whatever stencils you have. If you are interested in my stencils, you can go to payhip.com. I'll have the link below. And I offer my stencils there for a few bucks. They're really inexpensive, I think. And then you can cut your own. They're SVG files. And then you can cut your own, or you could hand cut some of them that are not so intricate. You could cut them by hand. I think that would be very hard to do. Or if you have a friend that has a Cricut or a Silhouette or a Scan and Cut, maybe they'd cut it for you. This is kind of the cat's domain down here where the dogs can't mess with them. But anyways, I have on an old stool here, I have some Bible pages from some Bibles that were given away by a church that was getting new ones. I have some old hymnal pages and some other kind of book pages here, I think. And then mostly what I use is deli paper. I like the size of deli paper. I like that, I like just the whole way it behaves. So I'm going to do that. And then I think I'm also going to do a little tissue paper. I haven't done tissue paper before, and I want to see how that goes. So here we go. Okay, I think I'm going to start by making some backgrounds. And I am just going to put some different paints out here and experiment. And maybe you're looking at me going, oh my gosh, she's putting those colors together. And I get that. But to me, experimenting is how I learn and how I figure out what I like. And I have come up with some really neat papers by doing this. Now you can tell how old these paints are because of the old chunks in there. But I'm not too worried about it. And then because this one will stick to paper, I like to roll it off as much as I can and then set it up here on a plate and have it sit there until I'm ready for it again. Put my stencil down. Now my deli paper on top. And I like to push it down a little bit to get it to stick. And then I've got another sheet that I'll put on top of it. And now I can use my brayer to smush down. I found this brayer on Amazon for cheap. They have a really nice stainless steel one that I kind of wanted, but I thought I'm going to try the plastic first for the money. And before this, though, I used one of those furniture slider things, and that worked great. Okay. All right, my first one. Love it. All right. Okay, love it. And I do not clean my stencils. I know there's lots of people out there that would say you should. I just throw mine in a pile, they dry, and I use them again. Once the paint's dry, I really don't have a problem with it transferring, the paint transferring. So if you're one of those people that feels like you've got to do it a certain way or it's no good, I'm sorry. I'm just not that gal. Very cool. These all to dry before I add more stuff to them later. All right, that's enough of those colors. I'm going to, I've got my water here. I'm going to spray it off a little bit. And I'm not real crazy about making it perfectly clean. But I'll tell you what I do like to do. I like to use the baby wipes. And then I will set these aside and hang these up in another portion of my studio. And then I like to go like this to get the paint moved around a little bit. Sometimes I will come back in while it's wet and add some more paint, so I'll have more colors here, and then I will put these aside to dry, or I can re-wet them and add some more colors, and then I will take them apart and hang them up, and then I can use this in my art as well. So nothing is wasted. And I like it, but it needs something again to bring it all together. So I think what I'm gonna do is put a little bit of this Caribbean out, some of this blue, and maybe a little bit of the dark green. Could be a big mistake. Do my favorite standby. I just love this blue one. As you could tell, it's been used quite a bit. Goodness, I don't know. This could be way too much. Oh, I feel like I need something else on there too. Let's do, I haven't done my block with the rubber bands on it. I think that is very cool. Might be too much, but like I said, I might be making a mistake, but just playing around. Ooh, I like it. All right. And I'd kind of like to see if I can get just a little blue. Okay. Oh, that is lovely. Okay, I think I need to do the same kind of thing with this guy. It's very orangey, so maybe for that one we'll do, let's try the pink and the yellow. Maybe just a little bit of the red. Got that blue in there that might come up too, and which would be kind of cool, I think. We got this doohickey that I think some pins came in. Yeah, I'm not gonna push too hard. Ooh. I like it. It's still not where I want it to be, but we're getting closer. Oh, I like it. I was really worried about doing the green, but I dig it. All right, now we got a little something. You can't see the pattern very well, but that gave me the blue, but still let the pink and green shine through. I love that. do this mandala again. And then I'm going to do this one, which I love. But I think a nice red focal point would be nice, so we'll see. I hope I'm not going to mess it up because I really like this background. Oh yeah. Love that. A little more orange than red, but that's all right. I love it. I didn't want to stop, but I figured if I don't stop pretty soon and start editing a video, I'm never gonna get anything done other than just gel printing. Anyway, so I thought I'd walk through now that everything's dry and show you what I got, some hits and misses. I love these little hymnal sheets and Bible pages. I think they turned out super cool. They'll be great for collaging. Same with the colors. Some were better than others, but I think they'll all get used at some point. You can still see, I don't know if you can see from there, but you can still see pretty good the words underneath or the song. Very pleased with how those turned out. All right, so here's what we got. Probably the greens and blues like that are my favorite. But I do enjoy the earth tony grays and different things. I forgot to do some browns and some tans, and so I'll have to do those again soon. I think that's the one color combination that I forgot. These I only did one print of because I just liked them the way they are. So, you know, sometimes it's good to have a mix. This one I wasn't completely in love with, but it's one of those things that I know I'll use because it's kind of out of my comfort zone, and it's nice to have some of those. And you know, you can always stamp on top. You can always do more stenciling on top to make it like you want down the road, and that's exactly what I'll do when it comes to making cards and different things. So I'm not too worried about it, but it has a good colorful background. That's great. Love how this one turned out. I was surprised by this. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I'm a huge fan. Same with this one. I was a little worried about the blue and the orange, but love how it came out when I put the smaller detailed stencil over the top. This one's kind of groovy, a little bit on the fence with this one, but I still think, again, at the end of the day, I will be able to really do something cool with that. Same with this one. Just a lot of color on these, and again, out of my comfort zone, but I will figure out how to use them. I was surprisingly in love with this one. I really like how, I was glad that I came over with the turquoise and blues over the top of the purple and the pink. I thought that was really, and the green. Loved how that one came out. This one I'm kind of iffy on, but kind of like it, but not exactly sure yet. This one I like. These are all, I just love the blues and the grays. This one took me a long time to get there, but I'm pleased at the end result. I love the orange and the blues, especially with, I told you this, one of my favorite stencils is the Clematis. This one could have had a little bit more, but this is the one that has the stamp that has the wording in the background. And I think it turned out just fine. And the orange butterflies, I was worried about this one too, but I am pleased with how it came out at the end. These are very colorful and I love them. This one I'm on the fence with, but I'm gonna make it work in the end. These are one of the last ones I did. I put my mandala butterflies stencil on and did this one and this one. So this was my first pull, and then this was my second. I wish that I had done these in the tissue paper, because I think they will leave less of an edge when I cut this out to put it on a card or something with the tissue paper. But I will try to remember to do that next time. Love how this one turned out. This one isn't in your face, but I really think it's subtly, I love it. As well as this one. This one with the green and the blue, but again, I'll make it work. Remember, this is the one I did not like with the red and the yellow, but I love it with the pink over the top and the subtle butterflies in the background. More blue and green. Love how this one turned out with the white edges around the flowers. This is the one we came back and added the blue. This one is one of those where not really in my comfort zone, but we're gonna find a way to use it. This one I like a little better, maybe it's again because of my Clematis, but I like it. This one, I love the Clematis. I love the purple blue Clematis, but I'm not in love with the background, but I still think I can find a use for it. And more of the blue. And that's it. Hey, thanks for joining me today. I just had a blast doing this gel printing, and I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me. If any of these stencils are something that you want for yourself, you can find them on my PayHip shop from the link below. And I hope you'll join me again next time. Thanks so much. Bye.